Hello everyone, I decided to make a new video about 3.26 update and PoE is fun again. We are back, we are so back. I'm playing Elementalist, Blade Vortex with cold conversion and quad heralds. Herald of Ash, Herald of Purity, Herald of Thunder and Herald of Ice to make use of a bunch of cool stuff, and I enjoy the build very much. Let's see if I can run some Guardian or something map to show you how it works. Give me a sec, I'm gonna find the one. Less accuracy, buff expire, faster hexproof. This should be fine. And I'm running right now the Atlas for maps and scarabs and destructive play. So we'll see more bosses before we met Britannia. Let me check that I have filter loaded. Yeah. Okay. Stop fly bleeding, please. One thing I would like to solve in this build is to solve corrupted bleeding immunity. I haven't found ways to put it yet. I just need to make more money. I probably can buy like a Storm Shroud with corrupted bleeding immunity, and it will feel even better. Then we can recraft our flask. As you can see, Blade Vortex, cold Blade Vortex with Blood Freeze is super nice. You can do whatever you want, run around, freeze entire packs of monster screens. Like the whole corridor is frozen, and you just walk it through them, and you don't care. Really nice. We have with power charges that I'm still working into how I can feed them in to generate power charges on crit. I need to craft a new body armor, but we can get power charges on bosses using Assassin's Mark. So that's one of the ways to generate power charges right now. As you can see, bosses are pretty easy to kill with this build. We are hitting so hard and critting so much that our element effect are boosted so hard that everything is frozen. You don't need to stand in that, it's not good for your health. Sometimes you freeze even cold bosses. Done. The single target is not amazing, and it could be improved even more. We can get one more level on gem. We can get more stuff, and I just came up with this build and enjoy how it works. It's so nice to run around, teleport around, freeze everything, freeze, prolife, explode, and if you do some shrines, it's so good. Shrines are really cool on this build. So let's see how we end up, and let's check out what Merc gives to us. As usual, Catalyst as rewards could be good. Nothing crazy good. Let's grab Scarab. One of the bonuses of this build, you freeze mercs, and they usually cast once, and then they are frozen, and you can kill them easily. It's so fun to freeze entire packs of monsters and entire corridors, and then they just try waiting for you to kill them. it's really nice to run Exile because Exile spawns really fast instead of with delay, so you can actually charge through the packs, get monsters spawn from Exile and to immediately explode around you, and you just having fun doing explosions everywhere. Yeah, we have some damage reduction mods on this map because of how it rolled. We had 80 or 40% more life, endurance charge on hit, and hexproof, and we still killed everything without problems. I think that was the map. It's done. Let's look at the passive tree. First of all, we have we are Elementalist. We run golems. We run buff effect from Heralds, Bringer Ruin, and golems, and Bastion elements for bubble, plus shock because shock is good for damage. Overall, this build could get improved. Could be improved. We can drop this part on the left, to the left of Supreme Instantation that I will talk about, and we can make a medium cluster here. We can add some stuff here like Elemental Mastery, maybe grab Lethe Shade, and overall improve our build. But first of all, you can see we have 3 circles. One of them is necessary for this build if we have like that. Have set it up like that. Otherwise, I would say Supreme Instantation is the main one. You need to have it. These 3 points are amazing. I bought it for 1 divine in like on day 4 or something, and this build is giga starved in terms of attributes. We need all 3 colors, and we don't have enough stats. And if we don't want to waste points and get damage, we need to ignore stats. Because of Supreme Instantation, we can run 2 things. We can replace all intelligence on our passive tree with Herald buff effect, and we can run this tattoo for global defenses. That means we have more ES and more evasion because we are ES evasion Elementalist. What else? We have, I think I counted 19 intelligent tattoos, so almost 100% buff effect from Heralds, due to the fact that we have 4 Heralds in our build: Herald of Ash, Herald of Ice, Herald of Purity, and Herald of Lightning somewhere. Let me find it. Herald of Thunder. Yeah. So we have all these heralds, and we boost them by 40% here, 66% here in Bringer of Ruin, so it's 106%, plus we have all the tattoos, 95%. In total, we have triple effect of the herald. That means this Herald of Ice, instead of like 57 to 85 at spelled cold damage, it adds almost 150 to 270 or something, 60 cold damage to our Blade Vortex. And the same we can mention for Herald of Ash. It adds a bunch of physical as extra fire. So instead of like 22% phys as extra fire, we have almost 65% phys as extra fire. In addition to that, Herald of Purity gives us more physical damage, so we deal more phys. We have these Sentinels of Purity that are necessary for our golem survivability, and it gives our golems a bunch more physical damage, so they actually hit and deal damage sometimes. You can see they chunk like a blue mob for like 30% or 20%. That's fun. And so instead of like 13%, here we get almost 40% more phys damage for a Blade Vortex. Just flat more damage. Really good. Same for Herald of Thunder. It's of 22 to 87. it gives us 66 to like 200, yeah, 280 something damage, a bunch of damage. In addition to Heralds, we run, as I mentioned, golems. We have our Leech of the Primordial, the best ascendancy skill ever for Elementalist. It's so cool, it's so nice. We don't scale cast speed, we don't scale mana regen, we don't scale oh yeah, on this build we don't scale life regen, but everything because of Primordial Bond and these 3 points on a passive tree, we get everything for free because we are on 4 golems. Right now we have Stone Golem, Lightning Golem, Flame Golem and Ice Golem. All of them are buffed by this buff effect, so they gives us a bunch of just buffs, permanent buffs, that are sustained by the fact that we have minion recover 5% life on minion death. And when our Sentinels of Purity from the Herald of Purity die or replaced, they recover life from our golems. I tried it in T16 with a bunch of nasty mods, and the minions surviving really easily. Golems are alive, and if they die for some reason, they are resurrected automatically in 4 seconds. Really good quality of life. Everyone uses it. Try it if you don't believe me. We have Light of Meaning, another circle here. It gives us a bunch of cold damage, so it could be improved again. It could be Light of Meaning for physical damage, and then we get a bunch of free extra and other stuff and more fizz from the Herald of Purity. It could be much better. So what else? We are using Impossible Escape for Necromantic Aegis here to grab 5 points. Ash, Frost and Storm, Skill Effect Duration and Foresight to scale our ES. This is necessary for our Blade Vortex duration, otherwise we need to go path down here to grab all these nodes, and you probably are skipping this part on the left. You can do that. I played until like level 95 or 94 like that, until I bought Necromantic Aegis Impossible Escape. What else we have? We have Cluster Jewel. Right now I have the laziest Cluster Jewel ever. It gives me a Primordial Bond and 2 passives for like some mana and LRS, that's it. You can get a better Cluster Jewel, you don't need to use specifically this bad one. I'm using Blast Freeze. Blast Freeze is amazing. It's rolled on effect of non-damage elements specifically, because it allows us to grab Overshock as well. Overshock improves our shock to be almost 50% always on map bosses and stuff, and much like around 30% on the Shaper bosses and stuff. We have 3 courses on our character. We have grab Whispers of Doom, so we can apply Frostbite with Mark Submission and use Assassin's Mark. This is our Assassin's Mark. Yep. Also we grab reduced extra damage from critical strikes. But let's talk about defenses a bit later. Our Mercenary uses Pain Seekers with Elemental Weakness plus Anathema, so it could apply 3rd curse according to the curse limits and stuff. That way we have both. We have all of the necessary curses. Okay, let's trade and continue. Sure, let's go. Let's continue. We are using not only 4 heralds on this build to improve our damage. We also use Grace, Flesh and Stone, and Automation with Steelskin. These are three things that improve our survivability in maps. Flesh and Stone is really nice. It does just reduce damage taken from enemies in aura. We have a big aura right now, as you can see on the screen, because Flame Golem buff effect improve our AoE so much. Also, Grace is buffed by the gloves and all the aura buff effect we have. Plus we have Wild Grace to give us a longer buff, almost 9 seconds of suppressed spell damage dealt to you is unlucky. Of course we are running spell suppression because we evasion ES and we can do that when we go to the right side of the tree. Right now we are running lucky suppress with total of 85% spell suppression chance, and plus we have quartz flask for even more spell suppression chance. You can pretty much guarantee you have suppressed spell damage. It's like super rarely you get damaged through spell suppression. And when you do, we have Ghost Dance to restore our ES. We have a bunch of evasion to never get hit in the first place. But evasion doesn't apply to spells. Okay. Overall, we have some spell leech from flask, and recovery overall is fine. Plus we have Soul Thief to recover ES on kill. The issue, of course, are like ground degens and stuff that are killing evasion ES characters because of our smaller total HP pool, and that just happens. You can probably also improve it, but who cares right now? This is mapping build. We are scaling crit on this build because of power charges, Assassin's Mark, because of how crit improve our survivability in terms of freezing enemies and giving us more damage, so we explode enemies, shatter enemies. Super comfortable to play. Everything is frozen. You can do a breach boss rotation and freeze the boss, and it will be super comfortable and super easy. What else I can mention? Let's talk about Mercenary gear and then our gear, so I don't forget. Right now Mercenary for me runs around with comms binding because best way to convert some of the enemies damage into elemental, and then we prevent it with primal ages or spell suppress it or something. It gives us Scorch. I think it's like 13% of Scorch right now. It could be a better roll, Legacy of Fury. It could be like 15% probably. Pain Seekers for elemental weakness, and just because this is a cold merc and it can apply chill and with Ice Shot and Icicle Ruin and freeze stuff as well. Plus my curse, when it's applied to that, he deals actually more damage. He deals noticeable damage to like blue-yellow monsters. You can see he can Icicle Ruin destroy a yellow monster sometimes. The Quiver could be improved. It could be the bow could be improved. Percosto right now it has Dazzling Strikes to make him crit, a chance to blind enemies with attacks and in blind effect, so he shoots this Frigid Fork shot that covers the entire screen, or ice shots, and he blinds enemies outside of our enemies blinded by have malediction, blah blah blah, outside of like enemies that are blinded are by us on hit, and that provides us even more evasion. He buffs us with Leercast, and that's pretty much it. And it gives us Hatred. I can grab Hatred buff effect, Repel Closto, and improve that. I can add more stuff, but right now he just chills and freezes and gives us Wild Grace sometimes as well. So even more tankier from spells. Our gear. Three main things you can use. First of all, you need Dark Seer. I just recently bought it. Previously I used Obliteration. First of all, it was this Obliteration, just I never even cared to buy 40% obliteration. I had this up until I bought this one for 1 divine. It could probably be bought like for 2 divines, maybe in 3 divines in a bad day. Totally fine. It generates you power charges, it gives you even more AoE. So nice. But recently I thought about how to improve build even more. I decided that Dark Seer right now would be amazing, and it gives us both life, ES per level. We are missing life and ES because of the fact that strength and intelligence gives us nothing due to Supreme Ostentation, because this no gain non-inherent bonuses from attributes. It means no mana, no ES scaling, no HP scaling from this, so it helps us be more tankier. Also blinds enemies, also gives +2 level to all spell skills, and that means Frostbite gets a 2 levels, Blade Vortex gets 2 levels, Herald of Ice gets 2 levels, Herald of Ash gets 2 levels. So all of the I think all of the Heralds are spells, if I remember correctly. Yes, so all Heralds +2 levels, Blade Vortex +2 levels, Curse +2 levels, Frostblink of Wintry Blast +2 levels. Pretty much everything that spell gets leveled, even Lightning Golem, like apparently a spell. Malediction also gives us damage boost and damage and protection because of the Malediction. Amazing thing. Grim Sorrows, I bought these for cheaper. You can find probably +2 AoE for like 1 div or something, or 60-70 chaos. And they convert our damage to cold. Then we boost our damage, then we boost our crit, and we destroy enemies with that. Then they are not necessary to be +3 as are mine, but this is really nice because we scale our heralds. At both Herald of Ash and Herald of Ice are both AoE tag, so they get both +3 levels. Give me a sec. Okay. This helmet is really good. Previously I was running other helmet, I think it was... let me find my old helmet. This was my old helmet. And when I moved to Supreme Instantation, I don't need dexterity anymore, so I bought a new base. I recrafted the base, got super lucky to craft this base. It's almost perfect base, and like the only thing could be better for it is if I slam increased evasion and ES on it. Fuck. And we are running Ventor's Gamble on this build because I need more reservation to fit in. We can probably get a reservation by using Shaper Shield, and then you probably gonna have more space to fit all the auras and everything you want, or you can find Amulet with mana reservation efficiency and get them like that. Right now I'm running this because I'm greedy and I want rarity on my build. I have rarity here, and I bought Mark of Submission with 29 rarity. Pretty cool. I like it. So right now we are running around with 122 rarity. That like skips some of the damage we can get, but I feel like damage is okay. I can map with T16s pretty easily. Our flasks are rolled for flask charge when we deal critical strike. I bought 3 fractured ones to make sure that I can roll them properly, and I got all the good stuff on them. So block and star recovery, crit chance, spell leech, yes, evasion rating percent, and they automated, super comfortable. The uptime on flask are really nice because you crit so many times per second, so you get charges fast, and when you map actively and kill bosses, pretty much 95% of the time you have flasks. We have Stygian Vice, that of course again could be improved. We have like a suffix that are bad, and fire res is not really crazy, but it's fine. I tried to slam it with Redeemer to get more damage against shield enemies, but I got the worst roll. Who cares? It could be better. Boots are nice. They plus our Abyss Jewel allows us to use Storm Shroud, and that gives us elemental ailment immunity. I think, yeah, body armor. I don't think that's the best body armor you can get. I bought the base, and then I slammed some defense essences. No, defense fossils on it, and I got this roll. And I crafted spell suppression, and that's it. I know that if you want to, you can craft much better. Plus, you can get at level 86 to get T1 ES evasion roll, and it would be like 3k ES, 3k evasion, like 600 something ES. But still, totally fine. I am running around and not dying anymore. I'm almost half to level 98, as you can see. So character is really capable in terms of defense. We have right now, without flasks, 26k evasion. If I drink flasks, it's 37k evasion. Plus we are blinding enemies, so it's closer to like 40k evasion because they lose accuracy. Plus when they hit us, if they does an attack, we have some block on the shield, and we have avoidance from the Soul of Lunaris to avoid projectiles. Plus we have our 2.6k bubble for elemental hits and elemental damage. Overall, altogether, this build is really capable of good mapping. I don't think it's capable of good T17 mapping, as you have seen. I haven't even done T17 on it. I just don't care about T17s and I don't like them. That's my personal opinion. And you can do a bunch of content. You can kill bosses, you can do rotations, you can freeze breach bosses and do like rotation of breach bosses super easily. And they are all frozen, and then you do invitation and they all are again frozen. The only way to lose here is just get cucked by RNG, and then RNG tells you that boss cannot be movement cannot be below base value. That means they cannot be frozen. Then you just have to deal it with damage, kill it with damage. What else? Small trick. Because of the Supreme Ostentation, I'm leveling 9 gems in the offhand. I have bow and Molyneux's mechanism, and that way I can get more money while I'm mapping. We have automation with Stillskin, and that with buffs from spells and stuff, it gives us like almost 50% of the time we have Stillskin, 50% of the time we don't, but who cares? You can replace these two things if you don't like them. You can do a bunch of other stuff. You can drop Frostblink of Wintry Blast with faster casting and Arcane Surge support to get back Shield Charge and Flame Dash if you want. I used that for a long time. The build is socket starved, so I tried to, if I want to hit another Herald into the build, I had to remove some of the movement skill Like, and I dropped shield charge plus flame dash because Frost Blink and Wintry Blast with cast speed from our golems actually allows us to move really fast, and you don't need to like shield charge if you can teleport around, you know. So I'm doing that. What else? I think that's it. Overall, build is like 9.10, like 9 out of 10 for mapping, like 6 out of 10 for bossing. I'm probably gonna level it to level 100 this league, and maybe I can do some other shenanigans. I probably can convert it into CI like everyone does this league. I probably can improve it. I have other already gear crafted for this build, like for example this amulet I have that gives us even more damage. I'm not wearing it right now because I'm greedy and I want 43 rarity for this amulet. But this amulet is not great for a build. It's just mana, life, crit multi, chaos res, and rarity. Intelligence is wasted, so this is better for us. Because it's a bunch of multi and +1. Also, we can use Taste of Hate. I just haven't even been bothered, but that would give us even more cold damage and more tank. I just don't really care. I probably can replace, recraft some of the flasks and replace like quartz flask with it, and have diamond, quartz, jade, Taste of Hate, and quicksilver plus life flask. Probably do it like that. You can try running his shiver on this build. I tried it. I never did like. Maybe if you do bossing, you can equip it, but if you don't have helmet like this, and you have reservation solved differently, I don't know. I feel like hit shiver is not necessary. You can even try to craft a helmet like Archdemon Crown. You can try to craft it with like Shaper stuff, Shaper influence, and get Hypothermia, and then move all the Heralds and Auras into your chest and give it Enlighten 4 to reserve less mana, and that probably can improve some of the like connection and sockets and make your build even better, and make your Blade Vortex like level 25 without buffs from Darkseer 27 and 28 something. Level 28 Blade Vortex sounds pretty cool. Yeah, overall build could be much better, but I love how it works right now, and I will update you on the next upgrades and changes I make. If you have any questions, please ask. As for leveling, I tried to level as Glacial Cascade, disliked it. It was aero build. I don't know, Glacial Cascade just sucks. And then I went into BV, and I know that Chronic Painless is running Cold BV Elementalist this league, and he did it multiple leagues in a row, and he knows how to do it best. Some of the things I have are like stolen from his build, like Frostbite, Marcus of Mission, he's using permanently. But other than that, I think I am doing more defensive version than him. As of right now, I'm probably missing a lot of damage, like I'm using Spell Suppression Shield instead of +1 ES Shield. I just feel like I don't wanna die and I wanna get level 100. Maybe then I can do more squishy version or get a Mage Blood and be super tanky that way. And that's it. Thank you for listening and watching. Goodbye.